Hi, this is Justin at All Wheel Drive Auto. We're underneath the dashboard of a 1992 Subaru Legacy, and I want to point out some of the connectors is that this stuff kind of comes up a lot. So I've actually removed the lower dash panel, so this is just below the steering column. And again, this is a 1992, and what I'm going to talk about is going to cover from pretty much a 1989 Subaru Legacy, which technically was the first year, up until 1994. Right here, this connector right there, this is what you actually plug the Subaru Select Monitor 1 into. And unless you have a Subaru Select Monitor 1 or equivalent, you won't be able, this connector won't do you any good. This is really just connect the OE level diagnostic scan tool to it. It's not the same as a generic OBD2 scanner. Again, this really just works from 1990 or 1989, that is, up until 1995. This connector was still prevalent on some of the models after that, but that's what this connector was for. Over here, you can actually see a couple of green connectors right there. And we get a lot of phone calls from guys that, you know, they were messing around underneath their dash and saw some disconnected electrical connectors and decided to connect them, and the next thing you know, they've got some clicking noises and they've got a check engine light on. Well, that's actually the D check connector. And what that does is D stands for dealer. And by plugging that green connector in with its other half just in front of it, that actually engages all of the solenoids and fan motors. Everything that the computer would monitor this particular year, it would actually engage those so that a technician could actually guarantee or verify that a particular sensor or solenoid was actually functioning. By connecting those connectors and seeing that the cooling fans were coming on, he knew that the cooling fans were capable of coming on. By connecting those connectors and feeling the EGR solenoid click, he knows that the EGR solenoid is capable of working. By connecting those connectors and feeling the canister purge control solenoid, then he would know that those would work. So it was just a way of making diagnosis a little simpler. Over here, this is a lesser known connector. There's a black one right here and a black one right there. These are called the U-check connectors, and by plugging the U-check connectors in, what you can actually do is check just for codes in the vehicle's computer without having a diagnostic scanner that you would connect to this connector. So you can plug that in, and if you actually, and then turn the key back to the on position, and the check engine light will flash a series of codes at you. So again, Subaru started putting this in the Legacy platform, and again, this was a way of just being able to check the codes without doing an actuator test, just purely for getting out codes. Down here, this connector is used to diagnose other modules in the system, such as anti-lock braking or airbags if equipped, cruise control. And there's up above this, there's going to be a couple of ground wires that are actually taped right here. And you would actually ground one of these pins out, turn the key, and you would watch that particular system's light come on and flash a code. So like if you were trying to figure out something with the anti-lock braking system, you would ground the correct pin with one of these ground wires up here, turn the key on, and count the flashes. And that would be how you figured out what code was actually set on an older Subaru. Once again, this was Justin at All Wheel Drive Auto, helping you get more out of your Subaru.